Now back here in Kentwood, the visiting Bulldogs will have a familiar face on the sideline tonight, capturing images and cheering them on, something he's been doing for nearly 3 decades now. A man who loves his team and is driven by family, faith, and football. Brian Kehr has been a regular on the Grandville sidelines, both home and away, for the past 27 years.
Grandville football is a family.
Anxiously anticipating each new season.
I'm like a little kid in the back seat saying, is it here yet? Is it here yet? Oh, by the way, is it here yet? I just love it.
Since graduating in 1998, Brian has served as a team photographer.
I started this with Coach Sigler, where he goes, hey, why don't you take pictures?
A way to remain with the team and in the game he's loved longer than he can remember.
It truly is a brotherhood.
In fact, for the Kehrs, Grandville football is a family affair.
Ever since my brothers played, I've been coming to the games.
Older brothers Dave and Mike both starred on the line at Grandville and went on to play in college. Mike at Northwood, Dave at Michigan State, a family tradition Brian desperately wanted to continue.
You know, the doctors are like, no, can't play. First hit you get, dead on the spot.
You see, as an infant, Brian was diagnosed with severe hydrocephalus, a buildup of fluid in the ventricles deep within the brain due to obstruction that prevents drainage of cerebrospinal fluid, which causes pressure on the brain and without treatment is fatal.
And normally that moves in and out freely and adjusts the pressure itself. Well, with a hydrocephalic patient, it can't get out and it's blocked. Well, he had significant blockage.
So much so that on his first birthday, Brian had to undergo surgery to have a shunt inserted in his brain.
They drill a hole in the skull and the catheter goes into the ventricle and drains the fluid to a tube that is connected to the catheter and drains in his abdomen.
Due to normal clogs and infections, Brian had to undergo dozens of revisions and surgeries during his childhood, more than 30 surgeries to date.
At one time, he had 4 different catheters in his brain. Now, today, he has 3.
And then, when he was 15, doctors discovered a small tumor in his brain.
So they watched it for 6 months, and in 6 months, they did another x-ray, and they said, well, now it's doubled in size. And at this point, it doesn't matter whether it's cancerous or not. It can kill you if it doesn't come out. So they said it's got to come out, and they said, here are the risks, and it was a mile long, up to and including death.
The surgery proved to be incredibly difficult and took 18 hours to complete.
It happened to be my mom's birthday.
The tumor had been removed, but when Brian awoke in recovery...
I'm standing by his bed, and he has told me to come down to him. He wanted to tell me something.
I tried to move my legs.
And he said, Mom, I think I'm paralyzed. I can't move my legs.
The surgery had left this 6'8" mountain of a man paralyzed from the armpits down. Yet through his faith, Brian saw his paralysis not as a curse, but as a challenge from God.
God gave me a challenge with the hydrocephalic. So he goes, okay, you handled that awesome. I want to give you a much difficult one and see how it is.
He said he saw what God wanted him to do in his life walking, but now he was anxious to see what God had in store for him sitting.
And when Brian returned to school for his junior year, he received an outpouring of love, was named manager of the varsity football team, and was given jersey number 78, the same one both of his brothers had played in.
It was just that calming feel. I can't play. I'm a manager. I'm still a part of the team. You know, I'm fine. Yeah, would it have been nice to play? Yeah, but I can carry the Kehr 78 tradition another way. Being a part of the team was probably more important than playing.
Now, more than 2 decades later, Brian continues to be a part of the team through pictures. Content, yet every once in a while, still wondering what it would be like to be in the shots he's taken.
Do I catch myself sometimes daydreaming, like, you know, what it would be like? Yeah, but I'm not going to sit around and mope and poor me. That's not who I am.
Who he is an incredibly positive and thankful man who's had more than his share of reasons not to be. Brian will be on the sidelines here tonight. We will be as well. More on the game itself coming up at 6. For now, live in Kentwood, Larry Figursky, 24 Hour News 8.